Okay, so let's go ahead and get TradingView set up. I'm going to go to TradingView right here. You'll sign up, do all the things that you need to do in order to get started. Go straight here to Super Charts. This will be the free plan. Free plan is really all you need. You don't need anything more than that. You can, once you get more into it, you might want to buy one of the other plans. And it's really the benefit there is being back testing on smaller time frames, which, you know, you could do. It's fine, but the concept itself works on every time frame. So the back testing that it allows you to do in TradingView is like monthly, weekly, daily, and that's more than enough to get the concept down. And then the other thing that you can do is the alerts. The alerts are really, really where it's at, because that way you can set particular alerts for whatever pairs that you're looking at, and you have more than enough alerts. Then you don't have to use some sort of third-party app or anything like that. So this is where it starts. It starts out with a basic chart. Apple, I think, is the first one it loads. Cool. Here's your watch list over here. Here's all your tools and everything like that. The only thing I want you to really focus on is come in here, and I want you to find the, there's like 4 things: long position tool, short position tool, favorite them. They will pop up, little favorites thing will pop up here, and they'll pop up here in this little favorites area. And then we need to come down to the rectangle tool and maybe an arrow tool. And I think we'll leave it at that. So those will be the 4 items that you need. Long position tool, short position tool, rectangle tool, arrow tool. Simple as that. Leave it alone. Now we're going to go and we can clean up this. We can make let's do a clear list. Yep, we're going to clear all the symbols. We're going to add our own. We're going to add Solana. Coinbase, add it. I guess I got to join for free. Okay, cool. Let's join for free. Let's do this. Yahoo! Cool. Let's go. Yahoo! Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Cool. Give me a second. I'm going to go pull that up on another screen. Come on. All right, here we go. Okay. There we go. All right. Here we go. All right. Clear list. Yes. And then I want to add Solana. Solana is not added. All right. So now we have Solana here. All this stuff, I don't know. For me, it's kind of useless, so I don't care. I just want this stuff gone. I want it nice and clean. I just want the one pair on there. We don't use volume. We're going to leave that alone. That's not a big thing. We can get rid of it. X, remove. And then you can pretty much play with your chart however you want. Looking at a chart while it's white the entire time can be kind of a little bit hard on the eyes. So, you could change your backgrounds and everything like that, all in here in the settings area. So you can right click and go settings, and all the things are right here. There's the dark theme that works as well. That's, I guess, the quickest. Wow, maybe that was new. So you can just leave it just like that. There we go. Now we got this. This is Solana. So it already comes default with monthly, weekly, daily. And this is what I was talking about in regards to like the replay mode you can do on the daily, but you can't go any lower to any of the lower time frames. So like if it yells at you, it's like, oh no, you need the plan to do that. And so it's like, okay, well, we don't want the plan. So come back here to the daily, you can replay. And this is where you would basically test out this the what these what everything looks like as far as drawing support and resistance, things of that nature. We have a one move here, a pullback, and then a break. So this is that 1, 2, 3 move that I was talking about before. The push, the pullback, the push again. The impulse, the pullback, the push. The impulse, the retracement. Like there's so many different ways to call it, whatever you want to call it. You just need to figure out what works for you. You just know that whatever you're looking at is the start of an uptrend. And then you start there. So what are you doing? Save. Cool. And just save that. All right. Reset. Looks like I lost it for a second. Nope, we don't need a paper trading account yet. So there's all that. Now, with Solana being what it is and being a cryptocurrency, I would say let's not start there. Instead, I want you to look up GBP USD. That is the British pound US dollar. And you can do the FXCM as the Forex data feed. You're going to add that. Then you're going to add Euro USD, which is the euro versus the dollar. And those are going to be your three. So here's where we're going to start, because we have a whole lot more data, and not all cryptocurrency actually flows as nicely as Forex or some of the, out of the commodities or other assets that are there, whether that's indices, gold, metals, your commodities, your oils, your things like that, your wheat. They don't always flow as well as this, but the concepts still remain. This concept still work. Support and resistance, breaks and retests, finding a trend and getting in with a trend, using technical analysis on cryptocurrencies will work just the same as anything else. And that's how we've been able to completely play with this here recently, and make some gains here and there, and then for me cut out early whenever I realized it wasn't going in the direction I wanted to, and things of that nature. So this is where you're at. So you will come in here and you're going to be looking for these moves. So start someplace. So if you started here at the lowest low that we've had since October, price came up and made a high. We don't have a break of this high until here. Okay, cool. So now we know that. Then we know that this ultimate low is the low that created this high. So from here, we know that price will stay above here in order to be in an uptrend. And what happens? Well, it does. Price breaks up in this area right here above this high. So I'm using this area right here. Above this high, price breaks up above it. So now we have a new reference point. So this is now the low that created that high. So we can say price will remain in an uptrend until that low is broken. And so with that, what would we be looking for? Well, as price created this first high here, we have one area here where we'll be looking for buys from. And we have this final area here where if price makes it all the way back here, we could also get buys from. Now, price never made it that far. Perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine, perfectly valid. Price breaks up, pulls back, breaks up higher, and closes above it. We have an area here. And it's an area, so that's something you gotta think about. It's not a particular pinpoint price level, it's an area. So once price got back into this area here, could there have been an opportunity to get into a trade, given that we are looking at, okay, this is the low that created this new high. Price should stay above this low. So let's get rid of all this other stuff because this is no longer relevant anymore. So we got to keep our charts clean. And so we know which direction we want. We want an uptrend. We want to get into a buy. Price comes back into this level here. Let's say we're just waiting on this, a rejection of this level. Let's say price came into this level and we got into a trade here. We're going to keep our stops below this low, and then we target a 1-to-1. So if we risked $100 here, we would have made $100. Risked $1,000, we would have made 1,000. Risked $10, we made it $10. So we don't generally talk about risk and reward in regards to money, because it all depends on what your risk appetite is, how much you're actually going to, risk per trade. So this is a valid trade in an uptrend. This is as simple as it gets. We're going to keep it simple. We're looking for uptrends. We're looking for downtrends. If you want, just because I like the path tool, you can add the path tool as well. This just gives you a little bit more ability to draw an actual path. So this is all you're looking for. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to be able to go back, start at the beginning of 2022. You should be able to go all the way back that far. Actually, on the daily, start at 2021. Start at 2021. And from here, you can start with the replay tool at 2021. Click on it. You reset your chart, see how everything looks. So as you make adjustments to the chart, you can do all sorts of stuff. And if you ever want to reset it, reset it. I like resetting it just the way it is right here, because this gives me just enough data that I can actually start to work with. Looking at a particular chart like this, I would start and go, okay, where are we at? Price is up here. At some point in time, we started down here. So I'm going to quickly draw out what I think it would have been, or what it is right now. And currently I see an uptrend. Like, even if you didn't draw it out, if you had to look at this overall, what would you say price is doing? I would say price is going up, just because price has been going up. And so since March all the way to January, price has been going up. And so where during any of this time could we have possibly gotten into a trade? Well, number one, I wouldn't have known this was an uptrend yet until I got to something like this. Okay, cool. I'm in an uptrend. All right. Maybe didn't get into a trade. Well, now I've broken the low right here. That really depends on how you view it. To me, I don't know. I don't consider that a break, and only because just seeing price work from time to time, price broke, came right back in, and didn't actually go anywhere. I'd still consider this an uptrend. So we're still in an uptrend. Now, I probably wouldn't have taken a trade there because you did have a strong breakdown there. So chances are there probably wasn't a trade opportunity available, but this doesn't violate my uptrend. So now that I'm still in my uptrend, what am I looking for? Well, now I'm still waiting for a break of this area here. That'll give me, let me know I'm still continuing the uptrend. And then I need, the next lower high to be created. So price does finally break up there, pulls back. I'm still waiting. I don't know where the low high is created until this is broken. Once this right here is broken, then I know the lower high has been created. Price does its thing, doesn't come all the way back to a zone that I was looking at anyway, so who cares? Price makes all the way up here. Now we're back in an uptrend, full on uptrend. I'm game for this one. So here's the previous level I'd be looking at. There's that. We have price pulling up. I said earlier in the other video, I generally like a 50% retracement of, if this is the move up, then I generally want to see price pull back somewhere near this area, which would line up nicely with this area here. So I'm not looking at anything up here as a pullback, and nor am I really necessarily looking at it for trend structure. because I want to see nice, smooth moves as far as where the trend goes. I want to see pull back about halfway, a little bit beyond halfway, a little bit to halfway as price goes up, because this is the structure that looks the cleanest, and that's what I want. I don't want any of this, because although it's going up, I'm not getting, number one, I'm not getting a lot of room for my target potential. And if I can't get a lot of room for my target potential, what's the point of getting into the trade? And so I like this. I like further stuff here. If you look at that and you were trying to get into a buy trade with your stop loss underneath the previous low and a 1-to-1, you would have, at least in the way I drew it right here, you would have gone up. Oh gosh. You would have gone up. Let me get the annotate tool. You would have gone up here, almost came close to your target profit before price came almost all the way back down for near your entry. I mean, it would just play wonderful heartache on you as you watched price go all the way up. Let's say you risked $100. You risked $100. It went up to like 90 and came all the way back down to 20 before finally going up and hitting your target. And it's like, I would rather not. I would rather take a trade somewhere here, stop or low there, 1-to-1, and I'd rather price just completely leave and then just slowly channel it all the way up where it's supposed to go. In preference of both of these, I would rather look for these. And so because of that, I am looking for pullbacks that are about 50% of the original move. So as this moves up, I'm not looking at any of this right here. I'm continuously tracking this as being the move up. Price moves all the way up. Now, 50% of this move is still right here. That's about half of this entire move right here. Let's see if it almost perfectly half the move. There's that little dot right there is half the move. So like, there's half the move. It's a little bit over half the move. That's perfect. That's what I'd like. I'd like something like that. I'd get into a trade somewhere around here. I'd have my stops a little bit below the previous low, and then I'd be targeting a 1-to-1. And I would have had some drawdown, but eventually price just channeled its way all the way up to my take profit. And so this is what you're trying to see. You're trying to see this happen and play out over and over and over again. That way you can, number one, you're training your eyes to be able to see these things. And then number two, you see that it happens over and over again, so that when it's time to actually get into trades, you have a little bit more confidence because you've seen how things play out. So you're going to start there. Start looking at, go back to 2021 and draw what you see as being uptrends, downtrends, things of that nature, and then mark out where you would look for particular trades. Remember, in an uptrend, you have a low, a high, a higher low, and a higher high. And the areas that you're looking for are the previous high being broken and the previous low that created the new high that broke it. So you're looking for these areas right here. Out of this 1 move, 2, 3 move, out of this 1, 2, 3 move, you're looking at levels 2 and 3, where that was at, as for your areas of trades. On a downtrend, it's the same thing, it's just reversed. That's it. You're looking for the previous low that was broken, as well as the high that created the new low. Because as long as price stays below this, you're still considered a downtrend. And so once you have all of this lined up and you're like, okay, this is what I'm looking for, I would like to see a couple uptrends, one for Euro USD, one for GBP USD. Jump beyond a little bit 2021. Actually, no, you can start in 2021 because I did it in 2020. So you can start here in 2021 and continue moving forward. You have this as an example, as like what you're starting to look at, and understand it's not wrong. You can make money in many different areas. The key being, though, you have to be consistent in how you look at the market. So I want you to get in here and try to start getting consistent at looking at what you're looking at. Don't worry about, am I looking at this right or wrong? There is no right or wrong answer. The only way to be wrong is if you aren't profitable. That's it. But you won't know that until you actually get into the market, start tracking trades and doing things of that nature to find out if you are even profitable or not profitable. Generally, though, if you just took trades willy-nilly, flipped a coin, you would probably end up with something that is a 50-50 chance. And that's a great place to start, because from there, we can start narrowing down certain key factors that would help us increase our profitability without actually doing much. So do one for Euro USD, do one for GBP USD. Once you have the trends down, I want you to come here to this little camera up here, copy link. It'll come down here and say, hey, copy to the clipboard. Then you will go to like a Google spreadsheet. On your Google spreadsheet, let's see if I can pull one up. Yep. On your Google spreadsheet, I just want two things. I want an entry, or no, I want, what do I want? I want to see your, actually, I just want to start a spreadsheet, and I just want your trades. I want a picture of what your uptrend is, and then label it uptrend, and then what your downtrend is, label it downtrend. Leave it at that. If we need other tabs, we'll make other tabs. But right now, I just want to see that consistently over and over again on the chart. So do that. Start with one for Euro USD, one for GBP USD. You can try it for Solana as well. It'll be there. You just got to find it. And so, I mean, you can go all the way back to the start of where Solana started at, which is right back here, back in 2021. So you can start back here and go, okay, what am I looking for? If this is where I was back in 2021, well, what do I have? I have, I mean, really, I don't know. I mean, you might have start of an uptrend. Cool. You could say that would be the start of an uptrend. That was the first move. This is maybe about 50% of a retracement. So, you know, that's game. Let's go with that. We have a zone there. Could you have gotten into a trade somewhere in here? I don't know, maybe. Stops below here. Targets 1-to-1. You wouldn't have hit it before it rolled over on you. But that's perfectly fine. It doesn't matter if it rolls over on you. The idea is not trying to find a bunch of winning trades, because you're not going to be able to do that. The idea is getting into the market and being consistent on where you would actually get into trades, so that when the market moves in your direction, you can look at it and know, okay, this is about the time that I want to go ahead and get out based upon certain things that I've seen. Flip side of that, when the market moves against your direction, you can go, this is where I want to get out, because it's generally going to go even further against me based upon what I've seen. And so it's not about being right. It's about being able to manage your position when you get in it. But the only way to do that is to consistently get into the market. So that is where we're going to start. So you have those three pairs right there, as well as your homework. So you're looking for uptrends, whatever you want to call it, going up, going down. You're looking for those. And the two areas that you're looking at, whatever you want to call them, this area here, to me, is a high. And then this area, which is not confirmed until that high is broken. So if you have something like this and price comes back in here and does all sorts of wonderful stuff, you can, the only reference point you have right now is this and the start of where it was. Once you have those two things, you have no idea what's going to go on. You have nothing. You won't know diddly squat until this is broken or price comes down here and starts doing something. Because once you have that, you have price starting here, created a low, now it pulls back, and now you have the start of a downtrend based upon where price started here. If price started way down here, then obviously that doesn't matter. So if price started here, then you have a downtrend. So right now, you'd have nothing. So yeah, try to keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Good luck.